Welcome, biology students. This is Miss Tesselin. This is the first in a series of videos about the 9.4 Natural Selection Online Lab. So this is the part one, or the intro part. We're going to find it in lessons, scrolling through all the way down to 9.4 in the actual slides. You can also go directly to assignments, whichever you prefer. This goes through some of the course or the learning objectives, and then also a little activity review, natural selection, and the theory of evolution, and finally into our lab, which is on slide 3. Now, we have this natural selection worksheet that we're going to be answering, and it looks like this. So we're just going to be doing, for this video, the first 3 questions. We're going to select the intro, and you can see that this intro, the directions for this lab are found in this first tab. For the second video, you will be looking at the virtual lab, and the third video, the analysis. Okay, so going back to this lab, the first thing we're going to do is add a mate, and we're going to let a generation run through, and once one generation goes through, we're going to hit pause, and now we're going to answer question number 1 on the worksheet. What happens to the population size after one generation? Then we're going to continue playing, and we're going to let it run all the way through till the 3rd generation, watching this rabbit population grow and grow. We're going to be introducing predators into this population, wolves. So once we hit generation 3, we're going to click on wolves and see what happens. And then we're going to let this run all the way to generation 4, and then we'll hit pause. Okay, so we go back to our worksheet. We answer what effect, number 2, do the wolves have on the rabbit population from generation to generation? Now we're going to hit reset, and this time we're going to add a dominant mutation. That means that the allele is going to be dominant for brown, okay? And so that's the mutation. So we're going to add a mate, and we're going to see how long it takes for this generation for these 2 bunnies to have a brown bunny. Oh, there's our brown bunny down here. Okay, so going to number 3, how many generations does it take until the dominant fur color appears? Then we are going to continue playing all the way through till generation 3. And then we're going to hit the pedigree, and we're going to select one of those brown bunnies, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to hit pause after it goes to 3 generations. Okay, so here's our pedigree. We're going to select a bunny, and now we can have a close look at it. So here we see our bunny is heterozygous, so it has a dominant brown allele and then its parents were heterozygous and homozygous recessive, which means it was a white bunny. And obviously the parents of this bunny were both homozygous recessive. And then the bunnies here were both also recessive, and that means that a mutation occurred right here. You can see that little yellow symbol. Then we go and answer the questions for 4, 5, and 6. Based on what this option reveals, what do you think a pedigree is? We kind of already know that from our previous sickle cell assignment. What color fur did the parents of the brown rabbit you selected have? One had white, one had brown. And which alleles did the rabbits you selected inherit from each of the parents? So you can answer that. And then we'll be moving on to the actual lab. Good luck.